What if I told you that even a literal god, with perfect knowledge of the stock market, couldn't beat a strategy your boring uncle uses? This isn't clickbait. There's actual research on this. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why the smartest move you can make with your paycheck takes about 90 seconds to set up, and then never thinking about it again. So here's the setup. A research firm called Of Dollars and Data ran a thought experiment. They asked a simple question. What if you could perfectly time the stock market? Not kind of well, perfectly. Like, you knew every single dip before it happened. They called this investor God, because only a god could pull this off. God's job was simple. Every month, instead of investing right away, he'd wait, he'd hold the cash. And he'd only buy stocks at the absolute lowest point between two market peaks. The perfect bottom, every single time. Then they compared God to a guy named Bob. Bob is boring. Bob doesn't time anything. Bob just throws the same amount of money into the market on the first of every month. Rain, shine, crash, boom. Bob doesn't care, he just invests. Now, who do you think won? Bob. Bob beat God. Over a 40-year period, the boring dude who never timed anything outperformed the literal god of market timing. And here's why. While God was sitting on cash waiting for the perfect dip, Bob's money was already in the market, compounding, earning dividends, riding the average 10% annual return of the S&P 500. The cost of waiting, even with perfect information, was bigger than the benefit of buying the bottom. Read that again. Even perfect timing loses to consistent investing, which means the strategy you're probably using right now, waiting for the right moment, watching the news, asking your group chat if it's a good time to buy, is mathematically worse than doing nothing strategic at all. So what does Bob actually do? 3 steps. That's it. 1. He picks a low-cost index fund, something like an S&P 500 ETF, VOO, VTI, whatever's available, where he lives. Low fees, broad market. Done. 2. He sets up an automatic transfer from his checking account on payday. Same amount every month. Could be $100, could be $500. The number matters less than the consistency. 3. He ignores it. He doesn't check it during crashes. He doesn't brag about it during rallies. He treats it like rent, a bill he pays his future self. This is called dollar cost averaging, and the reason it works isn't magic. It's that you remove the worst investor from the equation, which is you. Specifically, the emotional you. The you who panics when red candles show up. The you who gets greedy when your coworker brags about crypto. The market goes up about 70% of the years it exists. If you're in it, you catch that. If you're trying to time it, you usually miss the best days. And missing just the 10 best days in a decade can cut your returns in half. So here's the takeaway. You don't need to be smart. You don't need to be lucky. You don't need to read finance Twitter at midnight. You just need to be consistent for longer than feels reasonable. If this clicked for you, the next thing worth understanding is where to put that boring monthly money. Because not every account treats your future self the same way. Tax-advantaged accounts can quietly add tens of thousands to your number over a career. That's the video I'd watch next. Tell me in the comments, are you a Bob or are you still trying to be God?